Suddenly we have witnessed loss of 3 lives due to these floods, including an elderly mother and 2 students who have recently completed their KCPE exams. Our hearts go out to their families, and we extend our deepest sympathies and support during this difficult period. This serves as a harsh reminder of dynamic relationship with nature, highlighting the need for preparedness in face of its unpredictable shifts. Livestock are perishing, and there are looming threats of waterborne diseases due to the collapse of most of toilets, further to adding the gravity of the sanitation. It is disheartening to see local schools submerged, hindering education of our students and disruption of virtual local institutions, including hospitals. This has a significant impact on the service provision in our community. Across the county, farms along the River stretch of 150 kilometers between border point 1 to Malkamari, and farms on the dry lands along Lake Surya and La Warera in Madera West have been flooded.
Mji wa Elwa Kambai kuna karibu watu zaidi ya 1,100. Leo labda wapewe maji ya chupa ili waweze kuwa na maji salama. Ile maji wako nayo yote kwa sasa kwa kupikia na kwa kufanyia chochote ni maji ambayo ni hatari, na tunahofia baada ya hii mafuriko tutakuwa na shida kubwa ya mlipuko wa magonjwa kama kipindupindu ama magonjwa ya kuendesha, na pia wale mbu ambao watazaliwa kutokana na athari hii ya mvua ni hatari kwamba tutaweza kuwa na malaria ambayo itaweza kuleta matatizo mengi kule. Kwa hivyo tunaomba pia hata waziri wa afya kama anatusikiliza, tunahitaji mosquito nets nyingi kabisa kule ili watu waweze kujikinga. Watu sasa wamehama kwa manyumba zao, manyumba zingine zimebomoka, wamehamia sehemu ambayo iko juu kidogo. Pale watahitaji usaidizi, chakula, watahitaji hema ya kuweza kukaa sehemu ile. Sasa wakati huo msimu wa mvua, kuna baridi, kuna watoto wachanga, kuna wamama ambao ni wajawazito, kuna watu ambao ni wagonjwa ambao walikuwa wanalazwa katika manyumba zao. Na kuna hatari kwamba barabara zote zitakatika hivi karibuni. Kwa hivyo hayo ndio machache nilikuwa.
First time was a bit accurate in terms of expectations of El Nino. However, whatever happened and the briefing that was given to His Excellency the President, we don't know. Later the President made a statement saying, you know, we are grateful to God that El Nino situation that was forecasted is no more. However, we are here to make a very firm statement that the situation as it is in these counties are worse than the 1997 El Nino period. You know, the roads are severely affected. Food supplies in our area is normally from Nairobi, and the roads are impassable. Most trucks are stuck on the road, unable to supply. And the food prices, His Excellency the Governor had already spoken about. On the other issue that I really would wish to appeal to His Excellency the President is to really upscale the emergency response required, as county governments are not adequately resourced to deal with catastrophes of this magnitude. And as such, this is something that requires a larger effort coming from the national government, while county governments will act as first line of response where the emergencies that have taken place.
Madera County government is greatly affected by the floods, especially the river Dawa has overflown, and most of the families that were nearby have been displaced. From BB1 to Ramudintu, Ramu, all those areas have been affected, and people are now displaced. Some of the places we can only term it as another Budalangi, in a place called Darika in Kalalio. People are greatly affected, and people now moved from their houses to other settlements. Thanks to Kenya Red Cross, who moved fast and distributed food yesterday. The roads leading to Madera now, there are 3 roads leading to Madera. The one Lefe, Arabia, Madera, Ramu Madera, Kalalio Madera, all are now cut off. That means the food distribution of vehicles leaving Nairobi to Madera cannot go and to Madera. This is 21st century, and it is unfortunate that the main roads, the highway, the Kenya roads, are greatly affected, and vehicles cannot access Madera town, which is the headquarters of Madera. We call upon the president and the stakeholders to move very fast and try and see how we can have a solution for these problems.
They're facing the biggest brunt of it all. Women are giving birth in the floods. The toilets are submerged. They do not have hygienic areas that they can access. They cannot access hospitals because they've run away from their homes and they're sleeping outside. Then that also exacerbates gender-based violence, because mothers and children now have been separated and live apart. So I would like to urge the Ministry of Health to come in handy and support the women who are suffering, who have no foodstuffs, who have no mosquito nets, who have no supplies, to ensure that the transition maybe from pregnancy to postpartum is actually smooth.
I want to appeal to the national government to deploy an emergency choppers to facilitate the humanitarian response, since the area is impassable. The roads are cut by the floods, so I wanted to add that, and also to appeal, since the county and the Red Cross are helping us, more local and international NGOs and the national government to come to our aid so that our people get the services required.
Where our government, particularly the Ministry of Water, should come in and come up with ways and means of harnessing such water. Just imagine, now we are crying of floods, water. The next 3 months, no water. That is the situation, and the government of Kenya, His Excellency the President and the Ministry of Water, they should look at ways and means of harvesting these waters. We know the ways and means.